Hi, I'm Candy and welcome to my craft room. I have been very busy working on some bee bookmarks. I I made 150 of them. Actually about 154. Um, it's for an event. So I still have to put them into bags. This one's mine. I had an extra little flower, so I just stuck it in a bag for me. This is one of the first ones I did, and I did mess up underneath a little bit. And on the final result, I think it's pretty good. I did that slip stitch and fastened off, and then I started the next row. If I just continued on, it didn't work at all. Now I just kind of did the bee as like I did the plush bee, and just made it smaller and adjusted my rows and stuff. The yarn I used was the Red Heart Roll With It Sparkle Mandala cakes. Roll With It Sparkle. And I find I can actually use a lighter to melt the little sparkle stuff down if it's sticking out, because it likes to stick out. I only used the greens and the yellow from the sparkle. The brown I had from my stash, and the white I had from my stash for the little wings. Now, I didn't have to worry about the ends because I would tie them on the inside of the bee. So, and I like how it's weighted on either side. And there is a lot of these bookmarks if you just Google, or you can Google them, you can YouTube search them, but there's a lot of these bookmarks. I used the leaf from one of the videos, and the flower I made myself. So the flower and the bee, I just winged it, and the leaf I took from another bookmark. And it worked nicely. I like that even weight, so you could even hang it as your car rear view mirror. Sorry for swinging. So that's my lovely basket of 150 bees, all completed. That took a while. It did. Now, I haven't had a video in 4 months now. My mom also had gotten sick, and she was in the hospital. And thank goodness. Love you, Mom. I'm glad you're back home. And we're getting through this. So, speaking of the sparkle cakes, I had bought about 10 balls to do the project, and I only took out the yellow and the green. So I had a lot of yarn left, and I was okay, I'm going to separate it into balls. And that's exactly what I did. So, this is a different colorway than the one I did use. I used the darker colorway, which is, bear with me, I always have to look. What is the colorway on this one? Kaleidoscope. So I used Kaleidoscope. And there's speaking of which, I had one old ball of it too. And I noticed a slight difference in only part of that ball. Otherwise, the color stayed the same throughout the different lot numbers. But that's the purple that came out of it. The green. Of course, I used quite a bit of the green. Another shade of purple. It's kind of purple pink. And way too much orange. It's hard to use orange. And there was a lot of orange in that colorway. But I couldn't believe I took them all apart and rolled them up. That took a few days too. The pink ball. It's awesome. It's like Easter eggs. I absolutely love taking the colors apart out of those mandalas. It's kind of a deeper purple. My screen is showing it as blue, but it's not blue. This one's the blue one. So I have all these colored balls, and I figure I could make some Easter projects with them. I have this little mini teddy bear, so I could make sparkled colored teddy bears. I don't think I'm going to make an orange teddy bear. Okay, only a couple more. Speaking of the odd colorways, they're different. And it's kind of like, that's really odd. But It worked out to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 different colors minus the odd 2. So, mandalas are definitely fun to take apart. With the bees, I left myself a kit, kind of. So I have a bit of my black I used, and actually I used the Baby Love black because it's similar in size to the mandala. And it was all, actually, I wonder what weight the mandala is again. It says it's a medium 4 weight, the mandala sparkle, but it is not. It's definitely not a 4. I would say it's more like a 2. So, and the brown, it was a sport yarn, and it looks like it's a ball from like the 1970s. What's the year on this? I'm probably never going to find it, if there even is a year on it. Hey, made in Canada, Vancouver, BC. It's an old one though. So that was one of my stash yarns, and I put the pattern in it and what I wrote down and left it in the bag in case I actually end up having to make another one. So that's cool. So other than that, I have a market coming up in 3 weeks, and it's a 2-day market, and I only have 1 table. I like 2 tables, but we'll see how it goes. I don't mind. I mean, as long as, you know, markets are markets. If I make my table back and have a good day, awesome. And I have about 6 or 7 bins of plushies all made up for that. So I'm well on my way. I said, I'm sorry. I guess that's all I really have to talk about. There has been a lot of projects, though, that I have completed in the last 4 months. And how I usually only like to showcase 1 or 2 projects per video, I'll have to get back to them. But it's good to be back on, and it's also really good to have my mom home. So, everybody take care. Bye.